with tunes to axes, symbols of animosity and history between two programs. And today, one of the more obscure trophies at stake for the hotly contested Illibuck. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the Old Horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Illinois Fighting Illini, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Illinois will kick it off to get us underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Buckeyes offense will have the first possession of the game. Last time they squared off for the Illibuck, it was the Buckeyes taking a close one.
And the Buckeyes making the plays they needed to play late in the game. Listen, they got all this firepower. Just holding them down for a long enough time for Illinois is a job, is a task. They did a good job except for the finish last year.
Yeah, Ohio State's a team that oftentimes is looking at Michigan and Penn State and Michigan State. This is a game in the past they maybe overlooked, and you wonder if that was happening last year. At the end of the day, they got the W, but they've got
pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Looking to pass, it's Sayin. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down. The Buckeyes will call on their punt team. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. So the Illinois Fighting Illini now go on offense, and they'll have it for the first time. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Leaves it with the back. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. Illinois lining up quickly.
That wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Got a man. It's Dixon. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Snagged out of the air. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Trying play action. Deep shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down. The 3rd down's coming up. They've got to get the football to the 32 to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. They're working that left side. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets them a first at the 29.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no-huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Back to throw, it's Newton. Sets up the screen. Powers through the defender. And he is brought down, but what a move he put on that first defender. They'll try to get the corner here on the jet sweep. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. They'll run play action. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. That type of pressure on the quarterback, that's vintage Ohio State, right in keeping with the legacy that's been established by the Buckeye team.
Yeah, and you take pride in that. You own that legacy with all those guys you see performing at a high level in the NFL. Man, you see that, you want to go get it, recruiting guys to fit those profiles. That's why Ohio State always has a good defensive line.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And he tried to make something happen with his feet, but they stopped him short, and it'll bring up a 4th down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Splits the uprights. Good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Snagged in the middle. It's Smith.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
He'll pull it on the read. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass. It's Sayin. Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. Fighting off the defender. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. Motion from the back. Looking to throw on 3rd. Took a shot as he threw. Has no choice but to throw it away, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Buckeyes will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. The short hands, it's Dixon. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. 2nd down coming up. The running back has it. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Illinois right back to the line. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Catch in the middle. It's Valentine. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38.
And after that long completion for the 1st down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
He never had a chance on the draw. Tackled almost as soon as he got the ball. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. High coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a 4th down. Illinois runs the punt unit onto the field. They'll boot it into the night sky for the 1st time. He'll take it on the return. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll ride the hot hand. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Ohio State. At this point in the season, you're probably in if the playoff starts today, but it doesn't. A long way to go, and the margins will be extra thin from here on out.
No, because if the season ended today, you're basically right on the cusp outside of the top 5, so you need to keep winning. You need to keep the intensity up, playing with a sense of urgency. For the second half of the season, David, I think that's a massive key for this team.
Man, it's so hard with young kids, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, to get them to continue to focus on the game in and game out. Not the rankings, not down the road. That'll be the challenge down the stretch.
Fires to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Off the play fake. And the defense makes a play. They get the quarterback down at the 26.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. To the air, it's Sayed. They get to him as he throws. Picked off! What a play by this defense! They'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there! First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. Snags a quick pass on the left. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Gets it to him on the screen. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Illinois has the lead here. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. On the direct snap, it's Valentine. Turning it on. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays.
Close to midfield, fourth down. I think most coaches in college football say that's a green zone now.
Has to be, because there's really not that much to gain by kicking it away.
No, because you kick it in the end zone, they take it out to the 20. You're only picking up how many yards. They can return it, so I know if I run a play, I've got a really good chance to get it. So stay aggressive, offensive coaches.
Give to the running back. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. To the air, it's Valentine. Makes the grab down the middle. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at 42. And this defense, this crowd, this atmosphere, it can rattle an offense in a hurry.
You can shake them up. When you can get to the quarterback and affect them, we all know they become very human. They start seeing things, and with this crowd, they can't hear anything. This place is going absolutely nuts. Nice job rushing the passer, igniting the crowd.
The Illini just added to its workload after that last play. It's second and long. Turns it loose deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down. Looking looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Grabbed in the middle. It's Anderson. He'll be stopped at the 32. Still ground to cover if they want to convert, and fourth down is coming. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They are searching for any type of answer they can find, down 6-0. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Holds and fires complete to the right.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. You're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Smith takes the handoff. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. 6-yard pickup on first down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. Back to pass, it's Sayin. Bringing the heat. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent. He's making bad decisions.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Here's a heat. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. And how about this Buckeye defense? This is not all flash and score around here these days.
And when you've seen Ohio State really be great and make those playoff runs, you always pick out those big defensive linemen that can get their hands on the quarterback and get him on the ground like they did right here.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And the defense gets bruised, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
On 3rd and long, you know what's coming. It's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the 4th down.
Illinois lining up to punt this one away. Bring it out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. Got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot to win this football game.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy and you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find yourself behind on the scoreboard.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Back to throw. It's Sayin. Catch in the middle. It's Graham. At midfield, he's got room. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move. There he goes.
And Winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job.
And here's the third interception of the night.
And that's the advantage right there of having your dime personnel on the field. You've got an extra DB. You've got an extra guy out there who's really good at covering. So for quarterbacks, you've got to be so good and precise with these passes because they've got speed in the back end. They're able to come away with the pick.
The Illinois offense returns to the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, though.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Fires to the middle. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. They're dealing with a second and long. Back to pass. This time he's got it.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than they did here, but it was still a positive game.
On the snap, it's Newton. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They boot it away. Wants to return it. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Rides the back and leaves it. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. It's Sayed. Look out, he's got room. Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Finding open areas. Got the first down, he's still on his feet. And a nice pickup on the line and gets down to avoid contact. Looking to throw on first down. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Caught over the middle. It's Graham. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. With the catch, it's Porter. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. Motion from the wide receiver. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the pass to the sideline will pick up a short gain. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Got his man downfield. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
That trusting your quarterback in these situations is huge, and you could tell they trusted him, and he delivered right before the half, the chance to take the lead and take all the momentum.
Setting up for the extra point that would put them on top. And the extra point puts them on top by 1. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, a couple of ACC teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. Pittsburgh has had almost no answers today, and when they have had them, that other sideline has changed the questions. They're trailing by 21 to Florida State.
Looking to throw, it's Newton.
Never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back if anything develops. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, the Illibuck is on the line, and already Ohio State and Illinois have given us some stirring moments. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and in the deep ball, he is a problem. And I don't think this defense has the solution. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the battle between Ohio State and Illinois plays out.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. Looking left. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. He's got him this time. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. Dropping back, it's Newton. Rushes on him. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And this has been the story of the night. The offensive line getting beat up. This is why this team is losing. You got to protect your quarterback. This defense has had a field day with their 5th sack of the game.
Illinois runs the punt unit onto the field. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Let's see what he can do with it. Turns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Rides the back on the option, the give. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. And the Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. From the gun, the running back looking for room. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
The Buckeyes want to move quickly. They'll try the left side. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Motion from the wideout. Now the play fake. He makes a grab. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. They'll run for it. He's not going to get there. Stop short on fourth down. Listen to this noise. You can't hear yourself think as this defense has them pinned deep in their own end. Nice move to keep running.
This is one of the things that's hard about stopping the option. That wasn't a big gain, but you look up, and they're in second and short, second and medium. They put you behind the sticks consistently as a defense. This defense has to be aggressive, make sure they get to this quarterback, and make him make quick decisions.
This offense will start doing business from their own 18-yard line on first down. Looking downfield, it's Newton. Here comes the heat. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. This dude is having a day, and with that one, he's halfway to Chase Young's 4-sack single-game record.
Go get it, young fella. Just quickness, speed off the edge, getting to the quarterback. You got to be relentless when you're chasing the quarterback. And Chase Young's record, if you can go get that, you go get that big fella, that superstar, woof, that would be a fun day.
It's second and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Going to try to get it himself. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield.
They got more sacks than a grocery store. Goodness gracious, time and time again, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground. This defense having their way.
Illinois lining up to punt this one away. This will be the 5th kick of the night. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Got a man. It's Smith. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. So now it's second and long. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man on the right. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. First and goal from the 7.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. They'll run it to the left, looking for the touchdown here. He's going for the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the PAT makes it 14-6. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Looking for a man. It's Newton. Pressure coming. And he's all bottled up. And now it's lost. The ball's loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense, getting the sack, getting the fumble.
Well, this drive probably won't help them pile up yards, but they could get points quickly, starting it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. Buckeyes starting to pull away from this one, and Illinois is in trouble.
First of all, we all know Ohio State's the more talented team. Every time they play, Illinois knows that going into. They need things to go right. Not everything going right in this rivalry game. The wheels are starting to come off, Paul.
Yeah, you're right, David. In this game, this is really Illinois' national championship. Ohio State's expected to win, but you're never sure what their headspace is going to be coming into it. They came in here locked and loaded and focused, and they're showing it here in the second half.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Illinois offense returns to the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
Takes a hit as he fires. And the catch along the sideline will come up a little short of the 1st down. Illinois lining up quickly. They'll give it to the back. And what moves this guy has. The jukes, the wiggles, the squirts just went right past him and picked up the 1st down. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. And a big gain there. He's knocked down immediately at the 45.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that 1st down and give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Off play action. Dances away to buy time.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. In that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Makes the grab. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Illinois picked up the 1st down. Now here they come again.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
Breaks into the open. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. So 1st down will open up the final period. On the move, it's Valentine. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Not many hiccups on this drive, but it's 2nd and 13 now. Dropping back, it's Newton. Grabbed over the middle, it's Dixon. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal.
And, David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive.
Looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Fighting Illini.
It gets closer and closer to the end zone right here. You know what's coming as a defense. The offense has to be physical, and they were. And the back knew exactly what he had to get 6.
And with the lead sitting at 9, they'll try to make it a 1-possession game. And after the extra point, it's a one-possession game, down 21-13. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
The Big 12 has become must-see TV, and fellas, today's clash is no different. Kansas State needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in the Little Apple behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback.
Looking to throw on first down.
They're trailing by just 4 to Kansas. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this Big 12 clash of the Titans, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. To the air on first down. Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. The short hands. It's Graham. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. The Buckeyes are on the move. Gives it on the option. Got enough for the first down and wants more. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Got it in the middle. It's Porter. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Leaves it with the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Got some work to do on second down after that last one. They need 13. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to throw. It's Sayin. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. On third and short, they keep it on the ground here. They will stop him short, and the defense trying to keep him alive. On fourth down, looking for the completion. Touchdown, Ohio State. Quick strike through the air for the score. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their fourth straight win.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a two-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and the lead balloons to 15. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. First play of the drive, wants to throw. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
This defense has taken the game over. They're winning the game in large part because of how dominant they've been up front, how good their pass rush has been.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Going to swing it on second down. Trying to escape and get it himself. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. Illinois right back to the line. To the air, it's Newton. Pocket breaking down. He'll heave it deep. He's got it down the left. He's brought down, but this freshman is not afraid to take a shot. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Illinois coming out with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The play action fake. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Bringing it back. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Buckeyes! How about this defense taking one back to the house? They push out that lead a bit and draw much closer to a win here in Week 9.
Really got to be impressed with the defense here. Late in the game, still firing off the ball and still making plays. What a great job. Not just picking it off, but taking it all the way back to the house. That pads their lead, and that should do it. You think that should do it now to get the win.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And they tack on the extra point. It's 35-13. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. The Illinois offense returns to the field. Takes the handoff. It's Valentine. Gets it past the marker. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27.
A huge gain. Probably would have loved to say this earlier in the game. Probably would have loved to have some of these runs and have a little bit more success running the football earlier. Now, I might think about maybe cranking the tempo and probably, if I'm going to need these runs, I'm going to need to go ahead and score on these runs, or I'm going to need to start chucking the football.
Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the 1st down.
This offense is going to have to get more aggressive. Like, they can't take many more shots short down the field and not getting gains. They've got
pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Wants to throw. It's Newton. Right down the middle. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Lofts one deep down the right side. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs. Ready to fire from the pistol. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Quick spin on the run. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. And the Buckeyes will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. A 1st down run on the doorstep. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Loss on 1st down increased the degree of difficulty. 2nd and goal from the 8. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. They'll run it here on 3rd and goal. And they get him down. And here comes the field goal team. Salt, meat open wound. Absolutely perfect. And that lead grows even bigger.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way, and we're looking pretty good.
Hardly unusual unusual. It is a trophy that many aren't even aware exists, but Ohio State will once again take home the second oldest trophy in the Big Ten, the Yellow Buck. That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.